one of the original members of Van Halen, Keith Lowell Jensen. How about it for him?
Thanks. How you doing, little town that spells its name wrong? Hello, Keith Lowell Jensen here. I'm going to get straight into this week's comedy clip. If you're a fan of hearing me yammer on, stick around afterwards, which is where I'll do that this week. I got invited to produce a cool comedy show for some friends of mine. It's called the Comedians with Disabilities Act, and they're all disabled, all the comedians involved, and it was a real honor to get to work with them. They asked me if I would also MC the shows for the first couple of stops on the tour, which I was happy to do. And the audience really liked me. They fell in love with me, to be honest, like what's happening right now. And after the show, I would stand with the rest of the comedians, and audience members would come up and say very nice things to me and shake my hand. And the disconcerting part was not one of them ever thought it necessary to ask me what my disability was. They just said, "You were very funny. Thanks." As a producer of the show, it was my job to light the comics from the back. Let me explain what that means. We'll stand in the back of the room when our comic is on stage, and when they have 1 minute left, we'll hold up a cell phone so that they see it and they know to wrap up and get off the stage. So I'm standing in the back, and a very funny comedian named Eric Me is on stage. He's killing it. He's got 1 minute left. I hold up the cell phone, and Eric, as comedians often do when they're doing well, blows right through the light. All right, I light him again. He completely ignores the light again. Now I'm mad. I'm waving the light around in the back of the room. Some people are starting to notice. Michael rolls over to me in his wheelchair and kicks me in the leg. I said, "What?" He said, "Idiot, you're lighting the blind guy." Oops. I walked up to Eric after the show. I said, "Eric, when I hold up my cell phone in the back of the room, you can't see it." He said, "Keith, that's what I like about you. You really understand what it means to be blind." I said, "Listen, man, I need a way to signal you that you have a minute left so you get off the stage." He says, "Yeah, it's no problem. Just say the word Badoinkle." I said, "Badoinkle, why Badoinkle?" He said, "Because it's not a word that people would say otherwise. I can't pick cocktail. Someone might order a cocktail and I get off the stage early." I said, "You're very smart, sir." He went up on stage the next night. I'm in the back of the room. He's got 1 minute left. I say, "Badoinkle!" And he ignores me completely. The minute passes. He hasn't even started his closer. I say, "Badoinkle!" A few people turn around to look at me. He's going really long now. I start going, "Badoinkle, Badoinkle, Badoinkle!" As half the crowd is now staring at me, glaring at me, I look up at Eric and I see this wry little smile on his face, and I realize the SOB set me up. He set me up to be the jerk heckling the blind guy at the comedy show. All right, so that clip was from the Great American Comedy Festival, which is held in Norfolk, Nebraska. They're insanely nice. They're the most ridiculously nice people I've ever met. Here's how nice they are. I was in Norfolk, Nebraska. That's what it's called, Norfolk, because it's on the North Fork of the river. But when they incorporated and became a town, the postmaster saw Norfolk and was like, "Oh, these silly hicks, they must have got it wrong." And so he changed the spelling to Norfolk, and they just left it. They were like, "Well, he did his best." So to this day, they're like a little town whose name is spelled wrong. I mean, this is true. You show up and you're like, "Hello, Norfolk," and they're all Norfolk, actually, but it's okay, you're trying. Amazing festival, really an honor to be a part of it. And now we continue on with our tour. Next stop, 2 shows in Long Beach. We're live streaming one of those tomorrow, which is the 26th. So you can go to specialsnowflaketour.com and find out how to live stream the show. Pay whatever you want.
And if you're not yet, you can support these videos by becoming a patron at patreon.com/KeithLowellJensen, and you can help me to increase the quality of these as well as more subscribers come in. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.
So I just got back from the Great American Comedy Festival in Nebraska. They have plenty of water there. I took a lot of really long showers. No guilt. I'm boycotting bottled water here because I'm mad that they're bottling water in the drought zone and shipping it out of the drought zone. That seems insane to me. But then I got in Nebraska and saw the bottled water and I was like, well, fuck it, that's ours. And I was drinking it the whole time I was there, and then I didn't pee. I held it until I got back. So, that problem should be cleared up soon. You're welcome.